7 things you can do starting today to turn your pain into a superpower. Maybe you are struggling with not being able to sleep at night, like literally falling into a state where you don't know how much more you can take. You might be at your wit's end and it is time to make a shift. If you don't know who I am, my name is Angie. I'm your favorite journaling mentor. And today we're going to talk about 7 ways to turn your pain into a superpower just for you. Tip number 1 is don't be lying to yourself. It's not pretty. You don't have to package it up and put it in a bowl. Tell yourself the truth. You got to be real and raw with what the pain actually is. It hurts. So let's identify what the hurt is, not just put some flowers over it and think it's going to grow. That's not how flowers grow. You have to be able to tell yourself the truth. That's the very first tip. Tip number 2 is use this. Your page is your very first outlet. Not your friend, not YouTube, not Instagram where you go online and just start venting. Don't let your pain, your vulnerability, the process of it be displayed for the world. Heal in private first. And this is one of the ways to do that is using your page as your first form of an outlet. Tip number 3. If you're in pain right now, you probably want to reframe it into a lesson. And the lesson is using the pain as a fuel, as a lesson. And I know you're like, what does that mean? Like, I started in a way that was kind of unorthodox, but I used my breakup that had sent me into depression into writing my first book. I was in school, all the above, da 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 da, da, but I ended up using that particular pain, the heartbreak pain, into writing my very first book. I became an author from my pain. Tip number 4, build boundaries around your wounds. Your wounds are healed. You don't want them to reopen, but I want you to do it safely. Set your boundaries so that you know what to look out for when something else like it happens again. I don't want you to be scared to do anything, but set healthy boundaries. Don't let somebody just come in and run all over you. Like, that's the best. That's probably one of the best tips is set boundaries based around your wounds. Tip number 5 is speak from a healed space. Don't be out here talking about, oh, everything hurt me. Oh, such and such and such. They hurt me and they literally just hurt you yesterday. Like you literally went through a trauma yesterday. You're not healed. Take the time to heal and then you can talk from wisdom. When you're healed, when everything doesn't affect you, it isn't a trauma shock every time somebody mentions that person's name, but you are talking from wisdom. I know the reason I know is because I went through a trauma shock before I got married to my husband. He was one of my trauma shocks. Guess what? 3 years later, after I healed, we got married. I separated from him for 3 years and then he came back healed and so did I. So that's what it looks like to come from wounded and you bleeding all over the place to coming back and speaking from wisdom in a healed space. Number 6, turning your pattern, your bad habits into a positive pattern, right? So, for an example, would be every time that you get emotional or you get upset, you might tend to go reach for the food. You might grab the junk food or the potato chips, right? And you're literally trying to lose weight. Like maybe that's your goal and it's contradicting the work that you've put in because your emotions are constantly on an up and down. Like the pain is reopening the wounds, et cetera, et cetera. Well, one thing to counteract that is to actually every time you eat the chips, to go for a walk. Every time you binge eat the ice cream, go for a walk. So what happens is your brain begins to turn that bad habit of I uncontrollably eating because I'm emotional into a good habit. It turns it into fuel. That's one way to turn your pain into literal fuel. Like you got the energy now to go walk. Number 7, last but not least, making one power move a day. Literally being intentional about doing one thing a day to improve your mindset, your heart, your soul, your physical beings, right? What's the one thing that you can do to add and turning it into a superpower every day? It could be journaling once a day. It could be calling a loved one once a day, like literally calling somebody on a list of people and just saying, hello, I'm checking on you. It could be writing a letter to them. Like, what is it? Saying no to something. Like, there is many examples, but you have to choose what would be the most impactful thing to do once a day that will put you in charge of the situation and in charge of yourself. What I want you to walk away from this video is taking your pain, your heartache, your disappointment, your insecurities, and turning it into a fuel, a item, like putting gas on the fire. Because the more that you do that, the more that you learn different techniques, like the 7 that I'm giving, it allows you to be in control and stay in control. If anything that I just said over the last few minutes resonated with you, don't hesitate to reach out. This is me and you. Like, this is our channel, and I am here for you. Every week, we come back and we talk about different ways to heal and get through our journey of life. So, with that being said, I hope to see you next week on the next video.